Okay, good morning everybody. We're going to take a little walk around the kitchen today, and we're going to go through our daily routine, and we're going to talk about engineering properties. Let's get the coffee going. Another important property in the cappuccino process, permeability. The grounds have to be ground perfectly to get the right size so that they're permeable enough for that hot pressure water to go through. If they're too permeable, it just drizzles through and does nothing. Tastes like drip coffee. Blech. Solubility. The sugar has a solubility in my coffee, which means what is its ability to dissolve? Now we've got to go to the fridge and get some milk. Oh, and look at this. Another property we have to deal with every morning. Magnetism. Most critical part of cappuccino, the milk. Milk has surface tension and has thermal conductivity. If you heat the milk too quickly, you lose the milk. If the milk doesn't have enough surface tension, it won't make the foam. Time to steam the milk now. We have to wait because we had to wait for the boiling point of water to be reached, the temperature at which water turns from a liquid to a gas. And now we come back to that surface tension. So now we've got our milk at just the right frothiness. Yeah, so the bubbles make the milk less dense now than the coffee, so it floats. Okay, now it's time to get something on the stove. Here we've got a glass top chosen for its rigidity, lack of thermal expansion so that this thing doesn't get smaller and bigger as it heats up. Inside there we've got an element heating up based on a resistivity. Electric current flows through the element and the resistivity creates heat. Let's put our frying pan on there. Now, the frying pan is designed to have just the right mix of insulating powers and, heat conduction. The handle, on the other hand, has low thermal conductivity. Now, there are some fancy pans that have handles that get hot, which is a little bit dumb. So we want to put something in the pan, but we don't want to put cheese because its melting point doesn't work. It's the same chemistry. We want butter, which gives you just the right, oh, look at that. The melting point of butter is just below its actual temperature at room temperature. So it makes it perfect to get in there right away. Behold the egg. Really strong in compression. That's the whole point of the egg. Right? Now, not so good in impact loading and really pretty lousy in tension. Now, if you want to make the perfect egg, you've got to have the perfect spatula. It's got elasticity in the spatula, rigidity in the handle, right? And also thermal insulating power, so you don't burn your hand in the pan here, right? How do you like your eggs? I like mine over easy. Now you can use a non-stick pan for this, and the butter helps as well, but basically you want to make sure that you have very little adhesion. There's another property for you between the egg and the pan. Now don't forget the knives. Very strong, a little bit flexible, a little bit elastic, extremely strong, very resistant, tough. We call it tough. It's resistant also to abrasion. Keeps the knife sharp, although you have to sharpen it a little bit. And again, the handle, rigid, firm, ready to go. And you never use softwood for a cutting board because it's too porous. You want to have hardwood so you don't have anything that you're chopping going into the board. So hardwoods, English muffin. It's English muffin because it's porous, right? And when you crispy that up, that's where that crunch comes from, porosity. First thing is I got a cord. Now, inside there are wires. They're conductive. They're electrically conductive. Of course, the outside insulation is not. So we really, really hope that you get a wire with conductive wires, non-conductive insulation. That's what insulation means. It won't conduct anything. So, but there's also conductive in terms of heat. So this toaster is designed both with an aluminum alloy on top that doesn't have much heat conductivity or thermal conductivity, and then an outside plastic coating that has almost none. So even though this is super hot and it's toasting my English muffins, I'm not getting burnt. Oh, there we go. Oh, toasted English muffin. Now let's see some of that melting point again, right? And then everybody knows that butter is not peanut butter and peanut butter is not butter. So you gotta have both, right? Oh man, who bought Crunchy? So here's where, if you didn't think that peanut butter and gold had something in common, here we go. That's a solid, but I can make a thin surface out of it. Peanut butter is malleable, just like gold. Okay, so there we go. I got a plate. Super strong. If I drop it, it's brittle. It shatters into pieces. I do that enough, so I'm not going to do it today. Bon appetit. But don't forget to wash up. Nobody likes a piggy wig. Now, one more property. Porous. The sponge is porous. It can hold water in all of those little tiny holes and then release them because it's also permeable.